Okay, so here's the day that you are going to need that ruler that we were talking about yesterday. So hopefully you were able to find a ruler in your house. It's probably about 12 inches. Sometimes you might have rulers that look like this. This is a Pittsburgh Steelers one. It kind of has like a hologram type thing to it. It's a little bit bendy. This is Ben's, but I'm not going to use this one today. But just so you know, it doesn't have to be exactly like mine. Mine just happens to be blue. Some of them are wood color. Some of them might only be about 6 or 8 inches. Sometimes you can get them for free at the E-Town Fair or different fairs. People are trying to give them away. So I hope you have found a ruler. If you did not find one at your house, there should have been one attached to this lesson today that you could print out and cut out and use. Okay. Today what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to actually use a ruler. All right. There's a couple things at your house that you're going to have to find and measure and record your answer. So one of the things that you're going to have to find is a glue stick. Now you might say to me, Mrs. Simmons, I do not have this glue stick at my house. That's okay. If you have a glue bottle, maybe you have some other type of glue at your house, and that's perfectly okay. So if you don't have this exact one, it looks like this in the picture too, it's totally fine. You go find some sort of glue bottle that you have. Maybe you have squeeze glue, maybe you have Gorilla Glue. Talk to moms and dads first before you go and get it. But let's start with this one. So I want to know how many inches this is. So should I just like slap it in the middle like this? No, I can't do that. Okay, when we are measuring an object, we need to start all the way at the end. Okay, so my glue stick and my ruler are lined up. You can see that I have started them both at the end here, and I kind of pushed my finger against it. And now I can see how long this glue stick is. And I'm gonna go to the nearest whole inch. So these other little lines in here mean like 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch, 1/2 inch. So I'll just show you the 1/2 inch because we'll probably end up using that today. So between the 3 and the 4, halfway, that bigger line, that would be 3.5 inches. Just like we talked about with time last week, 1/2 past 3, 3:30, this is kind of like that same kind of terminology. It's halfway between the 3 and the 4. But today we're gonna go like this. And so this glue stick is about 4 inches long, okay? I'm gonna take my marker here. I have one of these little markers. I think they call them pipsqueaks. Yep, that's what they're called, pipsqueaks, little ones. So again, I'm gonna line my marker up here at the edge. Okay, that's about, whoops, same. It's about the same exact size as that glue stick, about 4 inches long, okay? There's one for scissors. Now these are my big mom scissors. You might have little smaller scissors at your house, but these are my kitchen scissors. Now look here. Should I line it up with this smaller handle or the larger handle? Should I do this? Or should I do that? I should do the larger one because if I measure here and I'm trying to fit this into a drawer, and let's see here. Let's see if I did that. And I said, oh, it's about 7.5 inches. And let's say the drawer is, let's say, only 7.5 inches long. And I said, oh yeah, it fits. But then I was measuring the wrong way and I should have been measuring from this. Now it's about 8 inches. And so these scissors would not fit into that space. So it's really important that you measure from the longest point. So I'm gonna, again, line my scissors up with the end there. And this is about 8 inches long, okay? Remember those sunglasses I showed you yesterday? I have a lot of blue, sorry. Again, we're gonna line those up. Let me see here. I gotta line them up. Okay, so these come to about the 5.5 inch. So I would say 5.5. And let me just show you how to write that quick so you know what that looks like. So if I'm gonna write 5 and 1, and then I'm gonna do this diagonal and the 2 to show inches. Let me go over that in my green. It's hard for you to see that. Okay, so 5 and 1/2. And then I can use IN period. That stands for inches, okay? If I would talk about feet, instead of writing the word feet, I can use this abbreviation FT period, okay? It's important that we put inches or feet because if I'm talking about 5.5 inches, that's this big. If I'm talking about 5.5 feet, that's as tall as I am. So it's a big difference. So we have to make sure. So when we're measuring things, the most important thing for us to remember is that we're starting at the very edge here. Okay, the very end. And this pencil is almost about 4 inches long, okay? I don't know. Let me see what else I have here. Oh, here's something I have. Oh, okay, this is a sign. One side says this, the other side is a give thanks sign. So I'm gonna guess this is about 1 foot long. Yeah, look at that. It's just a little bit shorter than, can you see that? Shorter than 1 foot, 1 foot long. Okay, so if I had anything bigger than this, then I would be getting out my tape measures here to measure. But today you're only measuring in inches, okay? So remember, line it up at the very end and go across. Bye. Have fun measuring.